Hey everybody, forgot to share my screen. And what do I share? T-Fuel, changing my life, at least making my day brighter. I mean, if we've got nothing, it's going well. We've got nothing going well in the crypto markets today. But friends, you're not here for the real news. You're here to get some of your bullish mojo back. And what do you do when there's no bullish mojo in the world except for T-Fuel? You've got to go and find where the bullish mojo has been stored by people who care about you, by people who love you, by people who still haven't fixed the timing issues in the theme song. And what we have for you here is the bullish momentum storage unit, always here for Pulse. You don't even have to be a paying member. And basically, it's kind of like an energy form. You just take it in, you feel the power, you know everything's going to be all right. You close your eyes, you see the moon, you see sats, joy. But it's a rough day in the market. I wouldn't blame any of you for being a little bit down about it. T-Fuel, however, I like to focus on bright things whenever I can. So T-Fuel's been doing incredible here. Of course, Theta is getting ready for mainnet 3.0. And this is the 1 day. Wow, I thought it was the 4-hour chart. It's the 1 day. 4-hour probably isn't as cool. Let's see. That's even cooler. Well, except for that. Except for that big red bar. Well, let's look at the daily. This is what's going on with T-Fuel. Of course, with what's happening right now in the market, everything's going to be under pressure. But very bullish looking chart. Very exciting on the daily, and just in general. And of course, that's because mainnet's coming up. You'll be able to stake your T-Fuel as well as your Theta. This is the cool thing. You can stake your Theta in a Guardian node if you've got 10,000 Theta. They've lowered it to 1,000. T-Fuel, you only need 10,000, which is getting more expensive by the second, but is still something affordable for people who are looking to be involved with Theta in a big way. So that's coming up on, well, let's look. In mainnet. ThetaToken.org. Mainnet, 22 days left. I don't know what date that is, but it's coming up. So very exciting stuff there. We'll look at some charts. We actually do in a sea of goose eggs. For those of you who are members at PulseWave Trading, and you get the rally and crash alerts every weekday evening, starting Sunday evening through Thursday evening for the weekend. If you've got those, then I'm going to look at them here on the other screen. Mostly goose eggs in terms of buy triggers, and that's part of our system. Is if the algorithm, you do whatever you want, but if the algorithm is not indicating a good spot to get bullish, you'll get a 0 on your buy trigger. And pulse wavers don't love that, especially if you're ever bullish like I am. But of course, you can default to the weekly buy resistance usually if you really are looking for a spot just in case something goes crazy. But we've got a lot of zeros in terms of long entry positions for trades. But there is a couple of exceptions, or I should say there are a couple of exceptions. Really only one that I see as viable on our sheets here. Just skimming through, keeping you in suspense. Oh, there's one. Ah, there's a second. I found another one. And does it actually have a rally alert? It does. Wow. We got 2 rally alerts on the charts. So it doesn't mean it's going to take shape today, but very interesting in this environment to see any kind of rally alerts. So 2 strong coins there, and they've been strong for a few days. So you probably guessed it already. But yeah, we have 19 crypto USD and crypto BTC pairs available for our pro members. And if you're looking to get started for a very affordable monthly rate, you can do our partner membership. It does not have the BTC USD pair. That's for pro members, but there's plenty there to trade. Plenty of stuff that's traded on Bybit and of course Qcoin and Binance and all that stuff. So really cool. This is the big thing today. Let me bring this up. FBI, who of course is your friend. I love you, FBI. The FBI found a Bitcoin wallet that hackers used to collect ransom payment from Colonial Pipeline. That's the thing that shut all the gas down, and recovered the funds, said Deputy FBI Director Paul Abbott. Or Bait, I don't know. Investigators have found more than 90 companies victimized by dark side, he said. It feels like something out of like the like the opening scene to a Marvel movie. It reminds me of Iron Man 3. Like next Ben Kingsley's going to come out. He's going to be doing an Indian accent or something. But whatever he did in that movie. So this apparently has created some kind of rumor that the FBI hacked Bitcoin, which of course I'm laughing at things I cannot even tell you what I'm laughing at right now. Which of course it didn't. Winklevoss, one of those handsome men, said no, Bitcoin's not been hacked. People need to get a grip. But this is the story. Let's see. I didn't even look at this one. This is from Decrypt. Bitcoin tumbles on fears that U.S. law 8% on fears that U.S. law enforcement hacked the network. We don't know how they got access to these Bitcoin, but for those of you who are new to this world, hey, what's up? Good morning. Welcome. Those of you who are new to the world of crypto, that would be extremely unlikely that the FBI hacked a wallet or hacked Bitcoin in order to get it. Probably what happened is they were able to get a hold of their servers, get a hold of their information, and they literally found the private key to a wallet, or they were able to access the wallet somehow because the person was in it or whatever. You know, there's all kinds of ways. But basically, if you don't have the private key, as some people say, no keys, no cheese. So when the FBI says they recovered this money, it doesn't mean they hacked the Bitcoin network. I'm sure of that. Watch, I'll be back on in an hour going, guys, they had Bitcoin. You got to get out. No, I'm kidding. But they were able to recover the funds. The whole story is just fishy and weird and makes me distrust the government and the FBI more than ever, because the whole thing is just so on a side note, they didn't hack Bitcoin, but on a side note, the whole thing is just, maybe it's a great victory. I should be excited. So yeah. Is that, I always forget, is that Monero, Mick? I think it is, right? I was thinking, this is the other thing I was thinking is, man, hey, hacker networks. No, I shouldn't say that. No, but like find some people who understand cryptos. You guys, you like left the funds there. What did you do? Like throw them into some R or Monero or something like that. And I don't know. Just seems funny. I'm pretty sure if I was a diabolical dark side, Marvel villain character, I'd have at least one nerd tagging along to tell me what to do with the funds after they arrived. Like, all right, we got some confirmations. Let's move the Bitcoin out of the wallet that we keep in the room with the hacking machine that the FBI is trying to find. That's just me. Which makes the whole thing sound more fishy. You've got guys who are able to hack into the Colonial Pipeline, shut it down. Okay, am I saying that right? Colonial Pipeline? I don't know. Yeah. You got guys who can hack into that, shut it down, but they don't know how to secure their Bitcoin wallets. It's either fishy or just really funny. But it's interesting though. I was with a family member this weekend who's killing it in crypto, and I had to say, hey, you should probably get those off Coinbase, buddy. He showed me his Coinbase wallet, killing it, and I'm like, you're murdering the market, man. You're doing better than me with some of these picks. It's great, you know. But there they were on Coinbase. So who knows? Maybe the hackers just kept it all on Coinbase. Didn't understand how it was working. But I doubt it. You got these deep whatever Russian hackers, but they don't know how to use wallets. Yeah, let's look at BTC. I don't know why you said that, but let's look at it. I'm afraid. I don't want to look, man. I feel like I'm in a horror. When someone says like that, I hear the scary music in the horror movie coming up. All right, this is the daily. Let's look at the 4 hours. See what's up. Yeah, let's get the 1 hour. 1 hour BTC looking awful. Got the what do you call it? The SAR is now flipped above on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. All right. Well, it's been there for the 4 hour, and it's now on the daily. Yeah, it hurts. Bitcoin, interested to see what Dex has to say with this action today. I don't think he's able to come on right now, but who knows, he might surprise us. But I'm sure he'll be on talking about this in a little bit. So very interesting. Now, let's get back to the news and we'll get on to this stuff. GameStop extends gains to session high, up 18% from zero hedge just a little while ago, a few minutes ago. Amazon listing, job listing seeks DeFi experience. It's happening, folks. So specifically, I didn't read the story, but specifically DeFi experience, it seems very interesting that they're getting into that. And of course they are. That's the funny thing. It's like, for those of you who I'm afraid of that. Yeah, another flush out. Let's look at this in terms of, you guys know, none of this is financial advice. I'm very self-deprecating about my chart reading abilities, so I don't think anybody would mistake this. But just looking at this daily chart here, let me get We Are the Remnants off the screen. Just looking at this daily chart again. I'm not your big chart guy here. Even Dex much prefers the algorithm to just looking at charts. But you know, this area that we're in is a scary area. You've got this big support over here, all this action in this range, and could we break through? It sure feels that way today. So we'll see. And of course, that takes the whole crypto market down with it. So the question is, you know, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to score some gains on a short? I don't know. You guys have to figure that out. But it's incredible. I posted, I think I started, but I do a lot of start posts, and then like one of my kids throws a water balloon at me or something like that. But I was thinking yesterday, how much bullish news can this bear market take? Right? We've got Ecuador, we've got is it Paraguay, we've got the other little country, and all of this incredibly bullish stuff happening, and yet Bitcoin keeps tanking. So rough time in the market. But here's the thing, you know, in terms of your outlook, the key is not to be one of these Doge people who are trying to buy a house in 3 months. So they take their, you know, whatever 10 grand or 20 grand or 100 grand they scraped up, and they throw it into all these kinds of hard, you know, all these things, and they need that money in a short period of time. Those are the people who freak out when the crypto market goes down. And I understand that, because I don't do that, but sometimes I do it a little bit. Where it's like, gee, I got this cash burning a hole in my wallet. I really would like to see what it'd do if I, you know, held it in something I care about instead of USD. So I think that's where a lot of the consternation and frustration and fear and panic selling comes from, is that people were holding their working capital for their life in cryptos. It's just something you can't do. You've got to deleverage yourself. You've got to if days like today are killing you like that, you might have too much in the market. You may be putting too much in the market. So, you know, have your magical internet coins be something you're excited about for the future. Definitely don't let it be something you're afraid to tell your wife you invested in because of days like today, or because Elon Musk, you know, had some kind of gluten intolerance or something, or needed some attention, or whatever weird thing he needed at that moment to suit his billionaire requirements. Does anyone really believe they will let Jeff Bezos on a space rocket? Every other one blows up. Oh, you're talking about his company? Is his company still blowing up rockets? I don't follow the space stuff that well. I see the Elon Musk stuff, but that's funny. I know his brother's going. His brother, his younger, better-looking brother is going. That's just my take. I'm confident enough. I'll comment on how handsome a man is whenever I feel like it. All right. So it's one of the benefits of having an attractive wife. All right, let's see. Kyle Becker. All right, this one. This isn't crypto news, but since we're talking about the Bizzle, bombshell, Facebook, might as well, right? FBI violated Constitution to track far-right extremists. Derp. We knew that, but not derp to Kyle, but derp to everybody who doesn't realize they're doing this kind of thing. Constitution has become meaningless. Corrupt institutions. Can't accept it anymore. We have to rise up. And then we have this CIA shill saying that January 6th was 150 days. The funny thing is, the person retweeting this wasn't doing it to point out how corrupt and foolish and filled with lies and deceit and hate that these people are. Hate. There's no one more racist and hateful and ugly than the liberals who scream racist, hateful. You know, they're the ones who live this way. 150 days since the worst single act of political violence since the Civil War, and the man who incited it is crying about being kept off social media. So they're talking about the fact that Trump is being kept off social media. Last I checked, we've been repeatedly burning cities down every night, and it's It hasn't stopped. So I don't understand what these people are talking about. They're not even making sense at this point. And I think the American people are starting to see that. I was hanging out with some normal old Americans this weekend. You know, normal, life-loving, non-racist, normal people who really don't care what you're doing as long as you're not physically attacking them or being unpleasant in other ways. And everybody's just perplexed about what's going on. It's not really that hard to follow. So let's look at a couple charts. I teased for a while. We did have a rally alert, and again, don't use these rally alerts unless you know how to use the system. It's really just a helpful thing to tell you. But there's a couple. First off, as I said, we don't even have buy triggers, let alone rally alerts for most cryptos in our sheets, and that's a win today. And it's funny because I saw a lot of these yesterday, and I was like, huh, you know, some stuff's moving, but the algo was right on about what was coming in the market. That's the other funny thing is, you know, we talk about the news and tweets and Elon Musk and all this stuff, but so often it's in the charts anyway in terms of the algorithm. So Cardano at least has a place where you could buy in terms of a buy trigger, but again, still negative, has a crash alert. That's what I wanted to say. In terms of a straight up rally alert, you don't know when this will play out again, so watch yourself. We actually have a rally alert and a buy trigger for Theta. So that was the long tease and no sell trigger. Wow. So for those of you trying to follow, our reports have a buy trigger and a sell trigger. Sometimes the report will come back and not give you one of those because there's not a safe way to either go long or go short in terms of what's happening in the algorithm. With Theta, with most cryptos this morning, we have sell triggers. We don't have buy triggers. We have zeros in the buy trigger column. With Theta, we actually have a buy trigger and no sell trigger. So somebody asked Dex about that when he's on tonight. Make sure he takes a look at Theta. In fact, I already saw it in the Slack room. Dex, please look at Theta tonight. So yeah, we've actually got a rally alert on that, and we'll see where it goes. But there's a tremendous amount of pressure. I'd be careful with everything. But with mainnet coming, if you're stacking Theta in the $8 range does feel like a gift and a big time sale. So we'll see what goes on with that. Hey, folks, I really appreciate all of you being here. And mostly I come so that you can get the energy from the bullish momentum storage unit, which we Dex and I created in a dark cave carved out of the side of a mountain. There was various cauldrons involved. It's you know, it was hey, my man. Oh, Thomas, how's it going? He's got a name today. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks. I don't know what I was saying, but I'm sure it was. But yeah, we put this together. This is the true story. We put it together. We used all of our energies, and then we hung it on my face so that you could come and get some bullish mojo on days like today. So that's it for me, folks. It's always a privilege and a pleasure to be with you. I'll be back tomorrow. I usually start the shows really late on Wednesday because of my schedule. Other than that, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Take care. Go to pulsewavetrading.com. Get in on these buy alerts, buy triggers, sell triggers, rally crash alerts, all of this wonderful stuff to help you navigate these markets, as well as access to me and my main man, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, in our Slack room. So great part of the service. All right, we'll see you there. Thanks, folks. I'm out. I've been saying goodbye for like 10 minutes. Bye. Theme song.